Alright guys, what's up? We're here once again, and today we're gonna do another video for you, and this time we're talking about ear scalpelling and dermal punching. So just exactly what is ear scalpelling, why you would use ear scalpelling, and dermal punches. What is a dermal punch, why you would use a dermal punch, and when is it appropriate and not appropriate. First thing let's talk about is scalpelling, okay? So I couldn't tell you how many times I get people that come into the shop and they're just like, yeah, I wanna get my ears scalpeled up. Well, it doesn't really work that way, okay? Just because you can take a scalpel and cut a hole in your ear and stuff it with a plug doesn't mean it's right, all right? So think of like jewelry or plugs in terms of you wanna grow that tissue to get to a certain size, okay? If I just go and cut your ears open and stuff a plug in there, you're gonna have really, really thin lobes because you never grew any tissue to fit that plug in there. I only use ear scalpelling to fix problems, all right? So let's say someone's already stretched the ear up to like a 1/2 inch. They were initially pierced too low. This is probably the most common reason I use ear scalpelling. They're pierced too low and they have way too much tissue above the plug. Now that usually kind of balls up and you can kind of see it bulging out. Now in that case, I would definitely recommend doing some cutting there, okay? And all I would do is make a little nick straight up, and yeah, they will gain some size out of that. So if they're at a 1/2 inch, I usually would cut them maybe 5/8 or a 3/4, and kind of it just depends on their ear. And that would kind of like eliminate all that bulk and excess tissue above the plug. So really, that is like the only reason why I would do a ear scalping on anybody. Another reason that, you know, and this is a little bit more rare, is maybe you need someone got pierced and their piercing is really crooked or off to one side or the other. We could do some redirecting of the plug and kind of like cut in one little direction and kind of try and help center the plug a little bit more, but that's a little bit more rare of a scenario. The most common use I use for a scalpel is the scenario I explained to you previously, and that's usually someone gets pierced too low and they have a lot of bulging tissue on top. Now, on a side note, I really want to emphasize that scalping your ears is not a tool that you use for stretching your ears or getting bigger plugs into your ears, okay? It is literally just a tool that is used for fixing problems that occur during improper stretching of your ears, all right? So you're not trying to cut your ears to get to a bigger size quicker, all right? You are actually only using it to fix a problem such as your plugs are sitting lopsided or you have too much tissue bulging on one side, and to kind of help redirect your plug and to fit your earlobe a lot more centered and a lot more aesthetically pleasing. So you guys just remember, you know, you're not using this for stretching, okay? You're only using it to fix problems, all right? Ideally. Just know that, you know, we all have those friends who say, oh, I cut my ears and got to such and such size. You know, I had my ears scalpeled, you know, I was stretching, they just wouldn't stretch anymore. Your ears will always stretch more, okay? You're never ever, nobody on the planet's gonna hit a size where their ears will never stretch again and you have to cut them. Your ears will always stretch. So we all have those friends that claim that they know so-and-so who had to cut their ears to get from one size to the next. You know, they're just not seeking out the right professional to help them through their stretching process, okay? So never ever scalp your ears for stretching. Only use it as a tool, and that is something that the professional piercer in your area will hopefully be able to look at your ears and assess and tell you if you're a candidate for ear scalpelling or not, okay? But just know, if you're unsure, go and talk to somebody. Seek them out and let them help you. But just make sure you seek out a qualified professional piercer who knows what they're doing and can actually properly help you through your ear stretching journey. So with that being said, the next thing would be dermal punching. So dermal punches, we actually did a video on me dermal punching Alexandra's ears. I believe it was like last year. I'll try and shoot the link to you guys below if you want to watch that. But what a dermal punch is, it's basically just like a giant piercing needle, but it's flat. There's no bevel on it, okay? Now, what that does is it actually removes tissue. So it removes the core tissue. I like to use those for cartilage piercings. Anything cartilage, so like nostrils, septums, flats is what they call the upper helix. That's a really, really common one. Conches, anything that has really dense cartilage on, okay? I would never use that for soft tissue. It just isn't suitable for soft tissue. If you were gonna have to do that route for whatever reason, even though I just told you I wouldn't do that, a scalpel would be the route to go. But dermal punches, you know, great for cartilage. Great, great, great. Cartilage is a lot harder to stretch. And so therefore, you just punch that stuff out. Now with a dermal punch, if you decide to go that route, just make sure you're going to see a professional piercer who knows what they're doing, okay? So do some homework, do your research. Don't just go to anybody because it is a kind of a bigger procedure. But dermal punches are awesome. They're great. You know, if you're looking for that bigger gauge in your nose, septum, anywhere on your cartilage, that is the route to go, dermal punching right there. Hopefully you guys, that kind of clears up a few questions you might have about dermal punching and scalping. You know, with these subjects, I'm not gonna go into too much detail. You know, these aren't how-to videos. These are just kind of videos telling you some basic information so that when you go into a professional piercing shop, you're kind of a little bit more educated and know a little bit more what you're talking about. And then your professional piercer can kind of help guide you through the experience and give you guys the exact outcome you're looking for. So there you guys have it. Once again, thank you as always for watching these videos. I really appreciate the support. Glad you guys are liking them and checking them out. And I will see you guys next video.